So the CIA's been preventing me from getting this done. It's been a long time since I've been able to hit these notes. Okay, so what I want to do is get into Horvat psychology. The problem here is nobody actually understands Horvat here. There's no way that the CIA here in Limburg is going to let me cover everything here. In fact, as soon as I began speaking this, I could feel them affecting me. I feel very strange in my head right now, and I know that they're just going to wipe out points. As a very important point, when I deal with them, the CIA here in Limburg, they put computer programs on me for getting more information about Horvat and her officers, what they've been doing and getting away with. It's not simply that these are not on me anymore. They haven't been, that's the point. I remember things and points which I've given to the CIA here in Limburg, and then what they do is when I try and bring this up, they squash it down. As a point, they love taking the technology off of me when I go out, and then on my way home they take the technology off of me. I think about doing a video, all the points I'm going to bring up, I get home, and then they affect me, and I can't remember a goddamn thing. This is going on all the time. So the CIA here in Limburg is climbing up Horvat's ass and her officers' asses, and they're getting to the bottom of things, and then when I try and post videos, I get dumbed down. That's what's going on. It has been going on since last fucking year. So, you know, just surreal. It's cheap shit like this, and then people are believing the CIA. Just absolutely incredible. If you get the basic context, Horvat and her officers were doing things that they had no business doing, that they're in trouble for with their own agency, which means that the CIA is going to have problems with multiple agencies here. You know, shooting between two federal ICE agents, February 17th, 2011, affecting an English politician, British royalty, December of 2011, doing something to Simone, our neighbor, a BKI agent, targeting, I would bet 3 people, by the way, and killing them. And because Horvat was pissed off at her, and because Horvat is a psychopath, and because this woman, Simone, a BKI agent, was obviously asking questions, well then you get that the CIA is in a lot of fucking trouble here. I got journal entries in regards to our neighbor, a BKI agent. Furthermore, if I get wiretapped by a different agency, you can see my goddamn memories, which is the next point. Last few weeks now, last couple of weeks, 3 weeks, the CIA here in Limburg has been wiping out my memories totally in regards to certain things, so that if I do get wiretapped by a different agency, if I do go back to America, if they finally stop affecting me so I can approach the FBI, I can approach British agencies. If somebody with a brain says, yeah, okay, we'll make you a citizen, or the FBI here comes out here and realizes, well, there may be something to this. The point is the CIA is wiping out memories, so that if I get wiretapped by somebody else, the only people that are going to know is the CIA. Do you understand? And quite obviously, these agents here in Limburg, they've got very much. But what do I tell you? It's tip of the iceberg. Another point, you're going to have to understand my circumstances and my family's. I watched Horvat do things she had no business doing. She's showing me what she could do and get away with. She's showing her contempt for agency rules, how it's a bunch of bullshit. She's trying to win me over, as a matter of fact. She communicated this for years, 2012, 2013, maybe even 2011, but the point is, she's trying to win me over and say, well, look how stupid agents and agencies are. Look at what I can do. Look at what I can get away with. And she's trying to shut me down by trying to win me over and just get me to go along with her. And the problem is, I saw Horvat murder all sorts of people. I saw her do things which she's in trouble for with her own fucking agency, never mind other agencies, and so I never signed up with Horvat here. That said, at this point in time, I do agree with her. Agents and agencies are stupid beyond belief. This idea that there are rules in regards to murdering people with technology is all absolute bullshit. You let people do whatever in the fuck they want with this technology to begin with. This idea that somebody's got to ask for your permission at an agency to murder with this technology, it's a bunch of bullshit. I agree with Horvat at this point in time. It's stupid. And you're talking about a fucking psychopath who's out of control to begin with, who fucked up like crazy, who knew she was going to be pissed off at agencies to begin with, even before I approached them. You're talking about a goddamn killer. She doesn't give a shit. She doesn't give a shit about rules, which is how she created this mess to begin with. And she dumped all the fucking blame on me and made me an even bigger target, when in reality you ought to be focused on Horvat and her officers and Horvat's goddamn psychology and how the shit all got started to begin with. They're wiping out my memory, go figure. Hang on. Because I was just getting warmed up, believe me. This is when they shut me down. It's not the only time they shut me down, if I've got good points to start off with to begin with. But when I start getting on a roll like this, they don't want a video like a Band Aid video number 31. They're experimenting. They're seeing what they'll get. I was still being affected in that video, especially at the beginning. But if I start getting on a roll, I get to be myself. That's it. It'll be nothing but non-stop solid points. So this is why they shut me down right now. They're wiping out my memory. The harder I try, the more they wipe it out. And this is something that's going on more and more as well. The point is, it's not the point I wanted to get into, but I've got to rewind here, and I'm lucky to be able to remember a damn thing. And they're just lowering the technology a little bit is what they're doing. Yeah, Horvat was trying to win me over, and what she's trying to do is get me to stop trying to expose them in everything they've done and gotten away with and everything they're in trouble for. The CIA here in Limburg, of course, they know the truth about all sorts of things here. And they understand what I'm speaking about here on video. You'd better believe it. You can bet your own ass on it. So, Horvat was doing things that she had no business doing. And you got to look at it from my perspective and my family's. What Horvat was promising to do was to kill my girlfriend, and in front of my face. And she didn't come out and say this directly. She's giving hints, signs, clues, innuendos, and she's waiting for me to put this all together later. Do you understand? Horvat knew that she's going to kick me out of Germany by affecting my girlfriend. She knew that Horvat knew she had the FBI back in America tricked. I knew that Horvat had somebody totally, for all intents and purposes, programmed and brainwashed from the FBI. So that when I'm trying to communicate to them with this technology, it's going to be power of the mind, power of belief, and therefore they are only going to believe what they're told by Horvat instead of believing the readings they're getting on this technology. And the way Horvat got around that was saying, well, he's delusional. Therefore, it registers as truth. No, they were patsies. My way around this, and I knew what Horvat was up to. I knew what her plans were. I knew that she was in communication with the FBI for months before I went back to America in June of 2014. My plan was instead to go to Washington State, start there, out at James Gilliland's place, and then hop around from state to state, and then once I run out of money, call up my parents, say I'm back in America. And the point was, Horvat wouldn't be prepared for this. She'd be dealing with agents who she had not filled their heads up full of bullshit. And they would have been going on their own observations, their own thinkings, instead of programmed thinkings. Horvat shut that down by affecting my girlfriend heavily one day, and quite literally forcing the issue. And I had to go back to my parents' hometown. It wasn't my choice. That's what Horvat chose, and with technology. And I knew that she had suckers and patsies set up. I knew it. And I had a plan for getting around Horvat here, and instead she misused technology heavily, and I got what she wanted. They're wiping. This is what they have on me is a memory cage. squashes down points I want to bring up as soon as I start to think about things. That's exactly what's going on. I call this memory cage. As soon as something starts to come up, they squash it down. And of course, they're getting energy prints for ideas, thinkings, points I want to bring up, and on a very subtle level. So by the time this comes out, they'll have it buried. Same shit Horvat and our officers were doing. Yeah, so the point is, Horvat in 2010, she directly communicated to me, and this was from her to me. You know, she's the one calling the shots. They, quote, used her voice. And she was communicating to me, we will frame you or kill you in front of agencies. That was Horvat's promise to me. And this was in the winter of 2010. They had a lot of difficulties. And what I eventually realized here in 2013, late 2013, is that Horvat planned on doing this, but she changed, and based on her circumstances, and because it took so long for them to get there, and because I was very problematic for Horvat and her officers. Do you understand? In Horvat and her officers, they change things based on circumstances, and they improvise, and then they reformat, and they try and keep things to their original plans. December 2013, my girlfriend comes to me. This is Christmas Eve, December 24th, 2013, and they had given her a dream about Horvat killing her with cancer. 2014, what I realized, of course, is that Horvat planned on, she had changed things, and what she planned on doing was killing my girlfriend in front of my face once I was back in America. Do you understand? And, you know, once I'm, quote, free of the stalking. And that's provided that the FBI would have a constant wiretap on my girlfriend and daughter, which I seriously doubt. But maybe they would. But the point is, Horvat, what she was going to do is kill my girlfriend in front of my face. I'd be yelling, kicking, and screaming about this. Horvat and officers would know that they did this, of course. They would know that I knew that they had done this, but nobody else would. And of course, I looked paranoid and delusional, and in reality, Horvat's plan was to kill my girlfriend in front of my fucking face. Do you understand? Now, when you get what Horvat has done here, along the way, what I've been a witness to, then you get that my concerns here are real. And furthermore, when you understand what Horvat has actually done and gotten away with, and even hid from her own agency, then you understand that Horvat actually planned on, and still does, carrying this out. Do you understand? Horvat had plans here for killing my girlfriend in front of my face, and quite frankly, she still does. Horvat wanted to totally destroy me mentally and grind me into the dirt, and because she is a pissed off psychopath, and because she blames me for all the fucking mistakes she did in the first place. Horvat. And Horvat did all sorts of things. She targeted American agents, she targeted a German agent, she targeted an English politician, British royalty, and she's showing me what she could do and get away with, all the while trying to convince me, well, you know, everybody's stupid, just go along with this, and look at what I can do and get away with, you have no hope here, and look how dumb agencies are, look at what I've gotten away with, and you might as well just sign up with me. Now, when you get what Horvat and her officers did and what I witnessed, you get that there's no way in hell I'd trust Horvat. Who would trust a goddamn psychopath that has done all of this in the first place? So Horvat's plan here was to kill my girlfriend in front of my face. Now, Christmas Eve, my girlfriend came to me, and she had tears. She's quite literally, her eyes were teary. She's on the verge of crying because she was upset by this, and because Horvat made it quite clear to my girlfriend that Horvat planned on killing my girlfriend. And then Horvat, you know, quite literally went back to reverse scripting my girlfriend. She let my girlfriend be normal, and then went right back to affecting my girlfriend heavily. And my girlfriend's still being affected heavily by the CIA here in Limburg. But when you get what I've been a witness to, then you get that Horvat actually planned on doing this, which is the point. Horvat has existed outside of everybody's realm of thinking, including her own agency, the CIA. Do you understand? And she had plans for killing my girlfriend in front of my face, totally breaking me down mentally. And Horvat still does. And the CIA here in Limburg knows all sorts of shit. And they know this as well. And there are many, many points to this. There are many points, memories, you name it, in regards to Horvat targeting our neighbor, a BKI agent, and why Horvat did this. Horvat was angry at her. Horvat does not forget things. Once she has a grudge against you, it lasts forever. The whole story here about Horvat wiping out 4 pets from a neighbor of ours, a woman named Tina, in 1 single year, quite literally within 6 months. And because Horvat was pissed off at her, going all the way back to 2008. And then I think it was, 2012? Horvat killed 4 of her pets and let me know that Horvat was doing this. Horvat was being more vague. But she was giving all sorts of mysterious innuendos, what have you, Horvat and her officers. And then I found out later, and then I asked this woman, Tina, well, when did this happen? When did that happen? And it was when I was getting all these weird innuendos. They're affecting my computer. They're threatening to shut down the video. And they're doing this. They wiped out 1 video after it had, quote, posted. And they wiped the video out anyhow. It, quote, didn't load, even though when I stopped recording, everything was fine. So I'm going to end on this note.